Between Two Bridges, episode 118. We have Jarrad and Cassie from Burn Boot Camp, Fox Chapel and Butler. Check them out.
Between Two Bridges, a business-to-business podcast. This episode is presented by Wash. Visit the new convenient pickup and drop-off location at 21 Brilliant Avenue in Aspinwall, or click pickupwashdeliver.com and see how easy it can be to do the wash. This episode is also brought to you by One Tom Plumber. Fast, reliable, affordable, 24/7 plumbing and drain cleaning services throughout the Pittsburgh area. Save this number, 412-307-7622.
Between Two Bridges, episode 118. Got my co-host Jerry here, and we got two guests tonight.
Two guests.
One dream. You want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, sure. I'm Jarrad, the franchise partner owner at Burn Boot Camp in Fox Chapel, but also we have another location in Butler, so we got two locations. Fox Chapel was our newest one that's a year old. Butler we've had now for 5 years. So, we started this fitness journey and opening up gyms about 7 years ago when we started the whole process. I work at the gym full time. My lovely wife would love to be at the gym full time as well, but she does work outside of the gym right now.
Okay. So what made you pick Butler first? Like, what was the draw
Well,
there?
I'll try to keep it somewhat short, but we live in Cranberry Township. So we actually looked to open up a location in Cranberry because we live there, and why not? That makes sense, right? People, and it was a good spot, we thought, for this type of gym. And at that time, we are part of a franchise. So Burn is part of a franchise. So at that time, if you showed interest in a territory, we had to, go through steps to make sure we were viable and that we could actually open up a gym. So we did all the steps that we needed to, and we got to the point where they're like, okay, yeah, you can do this. They offer that territory to the closest franchise partner, which at that time was Wexford, to say, hey, someone is going to take this territory. Would you like to have this? They get first choice for it. And so the Wexford owner decided she did want that she wanted
it's a nice
to take.
gesture. I mean, not for you guys in that moment, but for the other degree. I mean, you wouldn't want someone to open one too close because then you're competing. Yeah, that's. So
then you have that option. They don't do that now. Burn has grown quite significantly since then. So it was too difficult. I think they lost territory and there was some issues with someone saying yes, they would want it, and then they couldn't do it, or they didn't do it, and then they had someone that was interested, and then they walk away and go do something, something else, and they've lost that there. So now it's a little bit different, but at that time, that's kind of what happened. So we actually just stepped away for a little bit and said, all right, well, it's not the right time. Signs are leading towards that, and
can't force it.
And I don't even remember what we decided or why we decided to look again. Do you?
Yeah, I know why.
Oh,
because she told you to.
Yeah, well, because I wasn't done and over it. But I was a principal at the time at Fox Chapel, an assistant principal, and I was called to have an interview at Butler. And at the time when they had said, sorry, somebody's taking Cranberry, they said Butler's a really good territory. Why don't you think about that? And we're like, well, we don't live there. We don't know anybody really there. So that's when we paused. And then I got that call, was offered the position, and we were kind of like, oh,
that's funny because fate kind of made you
point into that direction anyway.
Yeah, fate made you walk away, and then fate brings it back.
Yeah.
So are you in downtown Butler area?
We're in Butler Township, but we're out by the Veterans Administration building out there. So more in the shop. I consider it the shopping area.
Got it.
Of Butler. So
was that Clearview Mall or what?
That's the other side.
Okay.
We're on near Route 60. Was it 68?
68. Yeah.
Yeah, from out that way. Target. Veterans Building.
Yeah.
Trying to think.
We deliver our dry cleaners delivers a significant amount to Butler from Cheswick here.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah. Years ago, we bought a dry cleaners that was in Butler, and it was I guess you could call it the Butler Flats or down on the island they call it. And we didn't buy the actual whole business. We just bought the delivery routes off of the gentleman, and his 2 drivers came on board, and so we still have a significant customer base in Butler.
So what made you decide to go with a Burn Boot Camp franchise instead of just a traditional gym, and what makes Burn different than a traditional gym? What is that?
I'll let her talk about that. She's a visionary, so she's like, let's go do these things, and I kind of like, let's make sure it makes sense first. So, but it was her who really spearheaded that part of it.
Yeah, I like change and I like risk taking. So he was in banking beforehand, so he's a little bit more like, let's just make sure all the numbers run. I'm like, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I worked out at a Burn, the Burn in Wexford, and we had always talked about owning our own business. We just hadn't like settled on what that would be. My mom had opened her own business, just kind of, I guess maybe in the family a little bit. So I went to that gym, and as soon as I started going, actually, this is a lie. My first day there, I hated it, and I was like, I'm not going back. We did like a push-up challenge. I couldn't do a push-up. I was a runner. And then like 3 weeks in, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm like noticing that I'm getting a little stronger just after 3 weeks. So went home and said to him, like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to open one of these gyms in Cranberry. I don't want to drive, the 15 minutes to Wexford anymore. And so that's kind of what started the process. And I think you can add on, but Burn's a pretty great place. Like it's a pretty unique, it's different than most other gyms, especially in the boutique fitness world. It's really all about the community. We don't have mirrors in the gym. Challenges are different for everybody. So you could be working out next to a 13-year-old, which is like the youngest age that you could work out, but you could also be working out next to a 76-year-old, and you're all getting your own workout, but you're also like cheering on that person next to you to do what they can do. So it's definitely a community kind of taking care of each other vibe. So
is it more of a class-based gym rather than like a weights and fit? Like, okay.
Yeah, so it's we call them camps, Burn Boot Camps, we call them camps, but they're 45 minutes long. They're all led by a certified personal trainer. So you get, what we say is you get personal training in a group setting. So there's always a trainer in the room that is guiding you through the workouts. All the workouts are programmed from Burn headquarters. So they're all very similar no matter what location you go to. So everyone at a Burn is doing essentially the same workouts.
If you're on vacation,
all around
you
the
could
country.
stay regimented.
You got it.
You stay in your routine. So they're all 45 minutes led by a personal trainer, and we do modifications. So we have like strong athletic people that are in there, and we have 70-year-old people doing that workout side by side. Now their workouts look a little bit different, but essentially they're doing the same things in there. So it encompasses pretty much anybody can really do it.
Okay.
And still be challenging for anyone, and it doesn't matter what your fitness level is.
Yeah, because I haven't been to a gym since 2002. I mean, I've driven past a couple, but
we have one for you.
And it's funny because it's kind of like for someone that isn't in a gym life, or like unless you have a friend that's going to take you, it can be undaunting to think like I'm going to go to the gym today.
Yeah.
Like I could join Planet Fitness and I'd go in there and I'd be using the fucking treadmill backwards.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the hardest workout of my life. I'm like, bro, you're doing it wrong. You're running backwards.
I can tell you how many times I've gone in and seen somebody on the elliptical doing it backwards.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, and that's what's about Burn is different from like the big box gyms, is that we actually want our members to come to the gym and to like change their bodies. Like that's the best referral for us, is when someone, gets in shape and someone says, wow, you look amazing. What happened? It's like, oh, I've been going to Burn for, a couple months. Whereas those, they just,
right.
if they had all their members in there at one time, there wouldn't be any equipment to use in there. So it's a little different philosophy for like what we're doing.
Right, and I saw on your Facebook page, you guys were like, I think it's the members of your gym are like getting together for your like 1 year anniversary and stuff like that. So like it's now you're like going there to hang out and work out. So it's like a fun environment. You look forward to going more.
Yeah.
So what made you open up the location in Fox Chapel?
Yeah, so once we opened up Butler, and actually at the time we opened up Butler, someone was supposed to be opening Fox Chapel. I think this territory was bought twice, at least 2 times, and they never made it to the point of opening. One was COVID, and then the second time, I don't know exactly what had happened with that. I know that real estate for what we need and the cost that we need and the size that we need, I think was a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah, because you start thinking about the area and like you go down to like buy Chick-fil-A and like there's that Pure Bar there.
Yep.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So like you don't want to open up there. Yeah, I drive past it on my way to Chick-fil-A. I do my chicken nugget curls in the drive-through. But yeah, so you wouldn't want to open up in a plaza like that because they've already got their community built.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the waterworks is kind of, so you're running out of spaces really to do commercial property and
you need a decent amount of space.
Yeah.
We need space, and the demographics is right for this, for this area. So we left, and then we decided we wanted to open up another one, and we started to kind of look around again and say like, okay, where are viable territories, still somewhere in Western PA, and Fox Chapel was opening again, and we were like, all right, well, we need to jump on this because there's not many territories left in Pittsburgh now that you can open up a burn. So we're like, well, we wanted that one before. It's a great opportunity, but we had to find the right real estate before we actually bought.
And you really did. I mean, we live relatively close there. And when we had Jarrad on, or Dan.
Yeah.
Dan. We had
That's
Dan
Jarrad.
on. Yeah, I'm getting there. We had Dan on. When he told me where he was going, I was like, because like that place sat vacant forever.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for the lack of people trying to go in there. Like I had heard one person wanted to put a pickleball court in, which I think would have done well there.
Yeah.
But like, it's such a great location because you draw not only from Fox Chapel, you're drawing from Hampton, Shaler. Yeah.
Too.
It is a really central hub there.
West Deer Lakes. We have some people from there too.
Now is the building full? When Dan opens, it'll be full.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you got lucky with Dan moving in because you're very complimentary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll share a lot of customers there.
Yeah, he had.
He's a member now.
Yeah, he stops in. I know we kind of lucked out because the rent where it was before they lowered it was more than what we probably could have afforded to get in there. So that might have been part of the issue. Prior was just, does it make sense? So they had lowered it, and so it was in a range that we were like, okay, well, that makes sense for us, and so it worked out.
Now, the previous people that were going to open up in the territory, they weren't looking at your space.
They were.
Oh, they were?
Yeah, because they had already, when I went there, they had already had blueprints. Yeah.
Wow.
From the other folks, they had looked at that same spot.
Yeah, the one thing about that building and its location is like it could be panicky because it's kind of like you get there and there's not a lot of car traffic, so you need to have a business that draws business. Like people are going to drive 10, 15 minutes to a gym.
Right.
For like my business, you need that drive-by traffic.
Right.
You need through traffic. No one's like getting in the car on Saturday morning and like, where can we drive to go check out a dry cleaners?
And Dan, I don't know
go.
if he said that, but when he came and talked to you guys, but he reached out to me early on in his process, and that wasn't for his franchise. That wasn't like an ideal location for him. They want to be like somewhere where there's, more foot traffic through there. And then he had asked like how we were doing, and we told him, numbers and some of the things and the success we were having. And he went back to his and shared that. And so they looked at it and said, okay, the same thing. Like it's a great pairing.
Yeah.
Like a gym next to a wellness place that works out good. And so they,
and your style of gym too, because you're not just a old school gym.
Yeah.
You're more of a modern, I don't want to use the word trendy because it sounds like it's something that's going to come and go, but it's something that people are doing now. It's something it's more modern, and it's, which is what wellness is.
Yeah.
People are paying attention to it now.
Yeah.
It's not just your traditional, meathead gym, right? It's the kind of people that are going to go there, take that 45-minute class, and then go next door and use cryo and red light and and vice versa. So it's the same clientele. It's good.
Yeah, and if it was a traditional gym, they'd probably put a sauna in. Now you're taking away from you can't have two. I mean, it's hard to find a sauna. You don't want to have two next door to each other.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
It's the perfect complement.
Yeah.
So, owning a business and working with your significant other can be challenging. We both do it a little bit. We're
doing it more now than ever.
Yeah, and my wife just started working here, and right now she's volunteering. She'll tell you that.
Yeah, my
she's
wife
not
is
quite on the payroll.
That's funny.
My wife is also a volunteer, but I have never volunteered anywhere and got to drive a badass Bronco and have a brand new iPhone and it doesn't work like
mine
that.
has an Audi. Yeah. So working together, what were some of the mistakes that you made early on? Being a married couple, now business owners together, how did you separate business plus, married life? What were some of the mistakes that you made and how did you get through that?
Good question.
I mean, I think what I have had to learn, I am constant. Yeah. I want to talk about, because I work full time, I want to talk about the gym all the time. And he's in the gym all the time. So he needs a little bit of downtime. So we've kind of had to negotiate, when can I talk about the gym? What are my parameters for when I can talk about the gym? I think that's probably the biggest thing I've had to learn.
Do you guys do similar rules inside the business also?
So I am really kind of the face for our team and more of the, like you said, visionary stuff. We're going to do, these bestie bars and what can these look like? Whereas he's more of back end payroll, all the facilities management, stuff like that. So I'm big picture.
Yeah. The reason I asked was because when we opened our store, we just opened in November.
Yeah.
But when we opened, now my wife was a stay-at-home mom for a long time, longer than I'd liked, but it happens. And we agreed to do this together, but she put a gift shop inside the dry cleaners, and then I want to have control over everything. So then I'm stepping into that space, and we kind of just drew a line, hey, look, you do your end of it, and I'll do my end of it.
Yeah.
And it's worked better than at the beginning.
Yeah.
So to separate the rules now, if you were both doing payroll and both doing the teaching and both doing everything,
yes,
you'd probably kill each other.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you a heads up.
I think it's good because we definitely have different interests inside. I like doing those things. I like to look at data and see, what our numbers look like, and it came from banking, so some marketing background there, and just, so looking at all that and how we can evolve the business that way, and then, she's super friendly, outgoing, so she's, just But
you had mentioned earlier that you were the one that was, let's go, I want to get this, I want to do this, I want to open a gym. You were the risk taker.
Yeah.
And in my experience working with business owners, I found it interesting because you're in education. Mm-hmm. That's not common.
Yeah.
Most of the time when I work with a business owner whose wife or husband is in education, usually they're the ones that are like, what are we doing? Because they're used to we get our paycheck and this is too risky and we need to stop. And I thought that was interesting because I'm like, she's in education and she's a risk taker.
Yeah. I mean, my
she's had an interesting, she's had an interesting education path though.
Because I started as a kindergarten teacher and I very quickly was like, I can't do this for 35 years. I like change. So then I went into consulting. So I was a part of a small business as a consultant for a while, and definitely learned kind of a little bit about the business end. I still never thought that I would, wasn't sure that I'd get to owning my own. But then kind of felt the need to try something else. So that's when I got my principal certificate and went back out into the schools, did that for about 8 years, and then went back to consulting. So a little bit of a different.
So you're in consulting now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so she got her doctorate in the middle of that as well. So
okay.
Overachiever.
Yeah.
Still within education though. You're
organizational leadership within education. Yeah.
Okay.
And she's still been to a gym more than I have in the last 30 years.
Yeah.
5 a.m.
She has a motor that never stops.
Yeah.
So
I used to be a morning person, and then when we opened our new plant, it switched my day around. We started working later, and it's like, and then a couple of days a week when my wife went back to work, I'd get the kids on the bus. And then I'm like, now like 6 o'clock, I'm like, I gotta wake up. Before I was like up looking at the alarm clock, like, all right, let's go. Let's get this day started.
Well, it's hard, like routine, making it part of your routine is important, because we got thrown off, when we were trying to schedule this in November. We had, unfortunately, last year, my dad passed away in July, her mom passed away in November. So we had like December. So we had like a stretch of several months where it was just threw us out of whack and kind of out of sorts. Yeah. So it was like, wasn't as easy to get to the gym.
Yeah. Did you, so you owned the business when your parents passed?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's tough. Yeah, it's like a weird, like, my dad got it out of the way early. I was young. I was 19 when he passed, but in the last couple of years, I've lost some really close friends, and it's weird to be inside your own business, and you have to be there. You have to be there, but your brain is telling you everything is wrong about being there. You feel guilty, you know? So that's why I asked if it was during, because that's a weird position to be in. We dealt with it last year. Jerry had a personal loss during tax season.
Yeah, my mother-in-law passed away during tax season last year, so it was
like 6 days before the deadline too. It wasn't
April 4th.
Yeah, so it wasn't like they had a ton of time to catch up, and we were still keeping this ball rolling.
Yeah, it was interesting. I actually took a day off for the funeral, and then basically worked nonstop after that. I actually spent a night here, the whole weekend after that. Spent about an hour and a half sleeping on that couch. Yeah, it was
this couch, not that one. You guys are safe.
It was tough, because it's exactly it. Like,
there's so much guilt on both ends.
Yes.
Yeah, you just feel like, I knew that I had so much work to do, and I had a deadline. April 15th wasn't going to move because I had a loss.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm here working, and I knew I had that stuff to do, but I knew that my wife was hurting and needed me at home, but I couldn't be there.
Yeah.
And it was rough. And then this whole year was rough, but as you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were in our first year of Fox Chapel, right? So Butler we had is pretty established. We used to spend, or we were there, almost every day. And then we got our team in place in a good position where they could pretty much take over that gym and allow us to now spend a lot of attention at Fox Chapel. And so in that first year, like, there's a lot, staffing issues, like just a lot of things that come up in the first year of opening a business. Was tough to like not be there and then try to do those things. So it was it was a long first year of
you think it's going to be all balloons and like everything's going to, and it's slow too, even though you probably had some pre-sales and stuff like that, and it's still slower than you'd like it.
Well, that was the thing. Like, it's taken off.
Yeah.
Like, the one problem we didn't have was getting people in the gym.
Okay.
It was being able to give them a good product and have workers there to actually.
Yeah, you can't cancel classes and stuff like that, because then people would just be like, I'm out.
Right. So that's the stress of that.
Things we had never experienced in Butler, like some of the things that we had with like our people and our team, the phone calls that we were getting, I was like, what do you mean they're not going to come because like their stomach hurts? Like, I was like trying to like wrap my head around like our staffing. And
I say it all the time about my business, and I'm sure every business owner says it, but an old timer told me one time, dry cleaning's a great business, except for the customers and the employees. And I was like, every year
pretty much wrap that up every business.
Yeah, I think that's every business. But
So as far as the business side, what are some of the economics of owning a business or owning a gym that people just don't understand? Because I think it's one of those businesses that people think like, it must be great because people, they join, they give you this monthly fee, nobody ever shows up.
Yeah.
So you just rack up this monthly
Buy
membership.
a couple kettlebells and you're good.
Yeah. I think the economics of that is the retention, because in our industry, our attrition, there's natural attrition. Like, people join and leave no matter how good or bad that we are. People are just they're gonna work out for X amount of time, and then they're gonna do something else. They're not gonna exercise. Life takes them in a different, a different direction. That part of it, but with being part of a franchise, like on the business part, they do a lot of the things that we don't have to think about a lot, I guess, is, they take care of our app, they take care of our web page, so like they're giving us the workouts and the protocols because they want us to look like the other burns. So I think there's benefits and disadvantages of franchise, but I think business-wise it helps with that part, and we have a lot of people that we can lean on. But to be honest, it's pretty straightforward. Our biggest expenses are our rent and our employees. We have other business expenses, but that's the main things that we can control. And it's just getting people in the gym and keeping them there. That's probably the biggest hurdle, is getting them in and keeping them there.
And the nice thing with your program is not only do you get to keep them there, they have friends there, that are also motivating them to keep it going. So that's I like that concept.
And that's the other factors that play into that is it's not, the workout is great, but people do develop friendships and inside of the gym. So that makes it harder for them to,
leave.
We do, besides the workouts, we have focus meetings, which is one-on-one time with the trainers, and we have a in-body scanner in there as well. So it's results driven.
Right.
So they're seeing progress too. And so then it's like, well, now they really don't want to stop. And, we see a lot of people that were like, I like to work out 3 days a week. They start coming and they start to feel good. And now they're like
I can't miss leg day.
5 days, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. And they're, they can't, they don't want to not come. So
how much does that seasonality hurt? I mean, I'm sure you get that big January push where everybody's,
super busy.
I thought you were talking about a workout. Like, how bad does it hurt? I didn't pick up on what you were laying down there, bud.
New Year's resolutions, bud.
Yeah, I got you now.
They are. You guys have to come in one day and we'll torture you.
We can mic you up on the floor. No, really, we'll mic you up on the floor.
I could lay on the floor right now just
I don't know
because
if I
how
want to put
cold
that
it's
on
been.
the internet.
So the season, I mean, our biggest, when we seem to lose is maybe like that August, September, like going back to school, like people trying to figure out like their schedules, they break their routine. That really seems to be when, but I mean, I think going back to kind of that economics, the challenge is like, we aren't just like pay for your membership, come get your workout. Like our main goal is to help people to educate. So our trainers are super educated on what it takes to like take care of your body and why that's important as you go through different stages of life. I mean, I can think of one member when she first started, it was very challenging for her to just get up and off the floor. Now she can like whip herself up, but because the trainers have worked with her on different movements and things like that. So I think that education piece and that kind of makes it difficult because we are constantly trying to reinforce to the members that we want them there and it's important for them without it sounding like we want you here because we want you to be paying your monthly membership price. Like really kind of conveying that message
that's every business. You're trying to promote your business, and like if you have a conscience and you're not a big corporation, you don't want to come across as like needy. You don't want to bash your competition. Yeah. But like there was a comedian one day that said, guys go to the gym when they're in their like 20s to like look good. Yeah. And then he goes, I go to the gym in my 50s so I can get off the toilet. It's like, because no one wants to be stuck on the toilet.
It's true. Everybody was talking about shoveling last week. They were like, I couldn't believe how easy it was to shovel.
That's great.
Like,
yes.
Mm-hmm. As far as the franchise goes, you had mentioned that, they handle the website. They want to see that consistency. Yeah. How much freedom do you have to kind of do your own thing within the business, being a franchise?
Yeah, a lot, but a little. Like workout wise, they have it's a 90-10 rule. So they want the product. They don't want us messing with the product because the product is good. Right. So, but we have to adjust it based off of like our camp sizes or our layout in our gym and the equipment that we have. So we can adjust like the workouts. 10% of that we can make it. So those are pretty much the same. Inside the gym, we can run different, promotions. We can have different events that we want to do. We can do our own partnerships that we want to do. They have like national ones that Burn will partner with, but we have a lot of flexibility like at each individual location then to to do things that would make sense in our communities and for our business specifically. So say there is some tight rules and some compliance things, but they do give us the freedom to partner and do what we need to.
Definitely been hit up on the compliance a couple times.
They came at you, huh? If you had to do it over again, would you go the franchise route? Has it been a good experience?
Yeah, for this industry, yes. Yeah.
And we love the CEO and the visionary. Like we appreciate them and value them and like have a lot of the same values. So I think, and there's lots of education on that end too. Like they have a summit every year that we get to go to. They have forums that we can jump on and talk to other franchise partners. There's lots of support on the headquarters end. So
yeah, that makes it worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no like when you're pricing something, there's always that internal struggle. But if the franchise is saying this is how you price it, you just price it.
Yeah.
And I spent my first 37 years of life being anti-franchise, like thinking franchises were garbage.
Yeah.
Like they were making people work and they were taking their 15%.
Yeah.
And now I've spent the last 5 years trying to figure out how to franchise my business. I mean, we're TBD'd on that, but we're going to figure it out because once you figure out a system that works, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to sell it to someone for a small percentage.
Yeah.
Because there's people that want to own gyms out there.
Right.
That don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. Mm-hmm. So this gives them an opportunity.
You build the system and then sell them the system.
Yeah.
And that's what I was gonna say is right in line with that is that, it definitely stinks to pay the royalties every month. We see that money that's going out. I mean, the more we make, the more that goes out the window. But it's but when I look at it, there's no way we could have like just opened our own gym, even trying to do something similar to this and been as successful as we are now with it. It just wouldn't have happened because we followed the model that works.
Right.
We pay for it, but we follow the model that works, and it's
you said the website and the app. Like I've had problems with my app recently, and like even though I work with a point of sale company, it's still on me to make sure the settings are right and everything's right.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how many customers I may have lost or because of that.
Yeah.
But with something like this, like they have a whole team dedicated to making sure your shit's seamless.
Yeah.
And I think it's too we use other franchise partners and communicate with a lot of franchise partners. So it's a network of people that we're all learning and growing together too, and sharing ideas and things that work and don't work and our mistakes and everything like that too. So we're being part of a franchise too. We're like, okay, well, this worked here. Maybe we can try this. We don't have to come up with great ideas all the time, right?
Yeah.
There's probably someone that has already thought of that and has tried that out, and does it work, does it not work? So we just, we bounce all the ideas and use each other to.
How big is Burn? How many, are they national or are they?
Yeah. There's I want to say like around 500 locations across the nation. So.
And I think close to 40 states.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Now that they're
I know that we were, Butler was like 279 or something like that. And I don't actually remember what Fox Chapel was.
I don't remember either.
It's always fun to like get in like a business or like even my software company, like I'm like customer number 5.
Yeah.
And now they're in like they're all over the country in Australia.
Yeah.
It's like, do you have your number? I'm like, it's 00005. I think you put the zeros in front just to sound important.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you are you going to open up more? Do you think you'll expand more?
This is like our children. We have 2 children, and I wanted more children.
We might have our first on-air argument here.
I mean, my big vision, whether or not it's opening another one or not, but is to ultimately not be working full time and be doing something with the gym. So if that means we have to open another one, TBD.
That's funny.
He says no.
That's
after this year. I said no. It was hard.
That's the true entrepreneur. Like that's the true entrepreneur though, is like, all right, I'm making a little bit of money and we might be losing money, but if we open another one,
right,
we can take that little bit of money and then open another one.
Yeah.
Well, I have that conversation with clients all the time where somebody will call me and say, I'm thinking about, I'm going to use an example. I'm thinking about opening up buying this pizza shop, and maybe it's a franchise.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody? Yeah, I have a couple clients that own. Can you make any money? Yeah. If you have 10 of them.
Yeah.
One? No.
Right.
You bought yourself a job.
Right.
Do you want to make money? Buy 10 of them.
Yeah.
Then you make some money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we're even starting to see that a little bit, like just the difference in having the second one. First one being pretty well maintained, and now the second one really knowing what we're doing. And we started
you
making
get
money
systems
sooner.
within your system, you know. But
But with more, you have more employee issues. You have more, it's tough.
And from what we've heard and talked to others is that 2, you can kind of, you can manage. When you start getting into 3,
now you're in zone coverage.
Yes.
you've got to start, now thinking about like regional managers and different levels there, where now does it make sense to pay someone to do that and open up a whole nother gym and, from
Well,
that
I think it
standpoint,
too relates to your, I think I'll just speak on my experience, is like when you start looking around the people that you have working for you, and now you're like almost expanding for them too, because you're like, they can handle this. We don't need to be here every day, but we don't make enough money to just leave.
Yeah.
And just go sit on a golf course or by a pool somewhere.
That's his dream.
I mean, as we're all working there, I'm going to work at a golf course. That's actually my goal, is to be the starter. It's like 8-10.
wash cards, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to get free golf.
Yeah. And it's just, then you're like, all right, well, then we'll expand for our employees also, so that way they have something to latch onto.
There's definitely a point where you have to think, if I expand any more, the profit will go up, but then I need to hire this person, and maybe he's going to cost me $80,000 a year. Right. Is the profit going to go up more than what it's going to cost me to hire that person to then do that job? Well, yeah, I'm going to make $80,000 more a year. Well, I have to pay $80,000 to that person. Well, what the hell am I doing all this extra work for?
Right.
That's the things I think about. She doesn't think about.
And then the flip side is in the back of my head now that I'm 40 is like, how do I sell this beast if I create this beast? Mm-hmm. So then you're like, now I've created something that's too big to sell.
Yeah.
So now I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Because in our dry cleaning industry, you can create a dry cleaner that's just too big. You're selling too big of a job now.
Yeah.
So like it's like a fine line,
So you get to that, but the key to that though, not that part, but the $80,000 issue is that one $80,000 employee that's managing it, they can handle 4 gyms.
Yeah.
So you now have to get a 4th gym and make another 80,000.
Right. Yes.
There's your profit.
Right.
That's why you need 10 pizza shops.
Yeah.
We had a gentleman on here that had a large company. They worked in power plants. And he said, he was like, you buy a truck, now you got to find a crew. It's like, you just got to keep going, you know? Mm-hmm. And you just got to put the hammer down. And I'm like, well, I get that. And it fits. But like, what are you going to do if you have 83 gyms? Like sooner or later, a degree's going to call you up and be like, look, you're not allowed to open another one. You have them on every corner.
Yeah. I mean, we are actually seeing, we've kind of changed our model a little bit, probably just because of growth, but like we hired, we had a support trainer at Butler who is now our training manager. She quit her job as a teacher. She was a teacher in a school district. She left her job. She's now our training manager. So she's managing the trainers at both gyms. And this is so great. We don't have to do any of this. Like, she's amazing. And we just hired a full-time operations manager. So she's leaving her job. Like we can see how beneficial that is, but they are very capable people who can add to their plate.
You have to be able to get to that point to be like, okay, I can take that risk to tell someone to leave their, full-time salary job to come do it here and feel comfortable enough that they're going to still have somewhere to
because you'd hate to 8 months from now pull the plug on and be like, hey, I know you took a lot of faith in us, but we're shutting down.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
From that standpoint. And there is some franchise owner that I know that have like 10 locations.
And they run like a corporate.
Like with R2, if I have, one gym that's not doing well, that makes a big, that's a big impact. When you have 10,
right?
If one's not doing so well, it's not as big of a deal.
Right, the other 9 can make up for it. Yeah, for sure.
And if they're centrally located, then you can move trainers. They can, now, because that's always our thing. It's like you're trying to provide work. If your people show up to work, like in a lot of businesses, you can't be like, all right, you got here at 6 and you did it, and now we're done at 10. Go home. Here's your 4 hours for it.
I know.
They'll look for another job.
Yeah.
You got to have work for people.
Yes.
Yep.
Like, I mean, that was part of us opening our retail location. It wasn't about me like wanting more work. It was about me finding more work for the people that work for me. It's a weird life to live, you know? And we see it last. Like the business owner gets to see the benefits last. Like, but it's worth it at the end, you know, you hope.
We see the problems first and the benefits last.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is the biggest fitness myth people still believe?
And now a brief word from our sponsors. You've got a full plate. Kids, meetings, workouts, side hustles. There's better things to do than laundry. Introducing Wash, laundry reimagined for the modern world. Schedule your pickup in seconds via the convenient web app. Wash picks up your clothes, cleans with care, and brings them back fresh and ready to wear. But it's more than garments. From bedding and table linens to shoes, hats, purses, and more. Wash handles all your life's fabric, leaving you more time for life. Visit pickupwashdeliver.com to see how convenient it can be to do the wash. This episode is also presented by One Tom Plumber. At One Tom Plumber, in-house licensed plumbers bring rapid response and expert solutions straight to your home or business. Whether it's an emergency or routine plumbing service, they're your one call 24/7 to clear the problem and restore comfort. Trusted across Pittsburgh and surrounding communities with transparent pricing, respectful service, and true reliability. Save this number for when you need it most. 412-307-7622. That's 412-307-7622. Or visit BetweenTwoBridgesPodcast.com/support. And now, back to the show.
So what is the biggest fitness myth people still believe?
So I think the one that comes to mind right away for me is to eating less and doing a bunch of cardio will actually like get you healthier and produce results, where that's not.
Man, so my hard-boiled eggs and fig bar today, 13 beers isn't going to cut it, huh?
Probably not. Probably not.
Mine is women who lift are just going to get ginormous and have these huge muscles, especially if you take a supplement.
Like hormones have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So you guys have like free weights and everything? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
So we have a protocol that is, put out by headquarters every week. That's the 90-10 that he was talking about. But so there's like 3 to 4 days of lifting, like a straight like leg day, or an upper body day. And then there's, depending upon the days, but 2 to 3 days of like HIIT cardio workouts. But definitely it's super strategic and super designed to hit the different muscle groups, target the different muscle groups, focus on different types of movements. The trainers are all really, really good at like focusing on the different types of movements, and form. That's the other thing. Like I would go to Planet Fitness and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go lift on that machine. No idea if like my form was correct or anything like that. So they really focus in on form. So we have weights and then a whole lot of like other equipment that just gets pulled out onto the floor. Battle ropes and
do a pull-up rig.
Those battle ropes are sweet.
Yeah, they're fun.
What's the worst advice people get from social media?
That they give or get?
Wait. You're talking about fitness, right?
Fitness.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, there's a
like,
lot of shit out there, bro.
Yes.
I would say that there's a quick fix to looking like people that are in extremely
like the Liver
good
King?
shape. Yes.
Yeah.
Like that. It's not a quick process.
No.
I heard there was I listened to a lot of Joe Rogan's podcasts, and he had Jelly Roll on, which I'm not sure if you've seen all the weight he lost. Yeah. But I don't know if you saw all the weight he lost.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he made a comment during that I guess Tony Robbins in one of his speeches said that people underestimate what you can accomplish, or overestimate what you can accomplish in a year and underestimate what you can accomplish in 10. And Jelly Roll during the episode said, when it comes to fitness, he thinks people overestimate what you can accomplish in 90 days and underestimate what they can accomplish in a year.
Yeah.
And stop losing faith. If you didn't lose all the weight in 90 days, you're not going to.
Yep.
Take it 1 year at a time. Take birthday to birthday. Just relax and just stay consistent and just keep going.
Yeah.
We see that a
Great
lot.
advice. Yeah.
We say it a lot because someone hasn't worked out in 20 years and the results are what, their body and how they feel after that 20 years. Yep. And you're right, like 90 days in, they're like, I don't look like the trainer. Like, well, it took you 20 years to get to that. It's not. It doesn't take 90 days to fix that.
You should go break into their house, and when they can get up and run out and survive, you're like, dude, it's working. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they are changing. Like it changes in 90 days,
you can carry your groceries
in their eyes, like what they expect. You
can carry your groceries in and not feel like shit. Like you can go up and downstairs with a laundry basket.
Yeah.
That's a win.
Yeah. And I think people don't realize, like, if you lose 10 pounds, 10 pounds is a lot.
Yeah.
Go to the grocery store and go get a 10-pound bag of potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And go carry it around all day long.
Yeah.
You lose 50 pounds, go grab a 50-pound sack of flour and carry it around
in a bag of cement
all day long.
Yeah.
It's just a bag of cement.
That's what your knees had to carry around all day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people don't realize how much weight that was.
Mm-hmm.
And, give yourself a little bit of credit because in 90 days just isn't long enough.
Yeah, and how much are you down now?
Grand total about 140.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It's tax season stress.
Since January 1st.
Yeah.
No, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
I was joking around with somebody. It's 140 since my heaviest. But it's been an up and down struggle. So I've lost about 700 total. I just lose the same amount over and over again. But
well, I think this time's different for you. Like we've talked about it on here before, but like Jerry would lose, he would lose 20 pounds, 25 pounds, and then it would come back,
Yeah.
This time he's on a quest.
Yeah.
What'd you change? What'd you do?
I just decided I was done. I just couldn't do it anymore. But I've been doing keto and intermittent fasting and just didn't want to be like that anymore.
Yeah.
So the last year or so, I'm probably, I would say 70 or 80 of it was probably within the last 12 months. So, yeah.
I mean, that's part of it too, is just even educating people on their food intake. More often than not, people are not eating enough.
Yeah.
And so that is, they're like, well, I can't eat, I've got to make sure that I, limit how much I eat. And then we're like, well, you are actually burning this much in a day just sitting there.
Yeah.
So it's educating, I think, even on just like the food piece of it. And
I think the vast majority of people just have no idea what the right food is.
Yeah.
But, and that's like with like AI, like I use ChatGPT for everything. Like she's always right. Everybody else is always wrong.
Yeah.
But like, just when like Jerry, he's got his system, but like I'm sick of just eating shit all the time just because I'm like, I don't want to eat shit, but like I'm at Sheets and then I'll ask ChatGPT, what can I get at Sheets? It's like not going to just ruin my day.
Yeah.
And they have like these keto cups.
Cheese and pepperoni.
Yeah. Like, well, it was sausage, cheese, and eggs.
Yeah.
Is that keto?
Yeah.
You tell me.
Yeah, but they have in the little cooler thing right by the door, they've got like cheese and pepperoni sticks. You can grab that. They have peanuts.
Yeah. I just have a hard time buying like a pepperoni stick that's just the same price as like a meatball hoagie, dude. Like, I could get a whole meatball hoagie right now.
Eating healthy is not the cheaper way to go. I mean, you can go to McDonald's and spend $3 and have like 2,000 calories. That's not, if you're looking for calories per dollar, healthy is not the way to go.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
I know, just if you go to Five Guys instead of McDonald's, it's more expensive, you know what I mean?
Yeah. At least at Five Guys, it's real.
Yeah.
But,
it's a struggle.
It's a struggle, but,
as I sit here and drink my calories today.
It's light beer.
I mean,
so we enjoy, like, you have to have a balance, right? There's a balance with everything. Same for that. Like I work out so I can enjoy.
This is my Saturday night out when we do the podcast. So like I just come here and hang out, have the blast of my life, and don't tell Sarah I'm working on something here.
She doesn't watch the episode.
Yeah, she quit watching. She watched the episode 3. And that was it. Yeah. Now I'm free reign. I can
it's 118 episodes later.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
If someone did one thing consistently to improve their health, what would that one thing be?
Move their body.
Yeah, I think it's being consistent.
Just consistency.
Consistency in general is just whatever that may be, just is the consistency part of it. We say always.
Yeah, even if you're jazzercising, just keep jazzercising.
Take a walk every day. Like, look at your steps, move your body. Yeah.
Yeah, I think these things are great. right?
Yeah.
This is a new technology that, well, 10 years, like tells you how many steps. So like, it's part of my reason. I'm like, man, I could.
It rats you out on a lazy day, and you're like, "Wow, I didn't do shit today."
Please get up and move.
Yeah, I love
You
that
haven't
when it's
closed
like,
any rings today.
please stand up. It's like, oh, okay.
We, over Christmas break, we removed the whole dry cleaning plant in like 48 hours for another dry cleaners that needed it done. Like, it was an undertaking that, like, I was proud that we did. And the first day after, it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just sitting there watching TV, and it's like, stand up. I'm like, if you only knew what I did the last 2 days, you got me some slack.
Like I did. That's why I'm telling you to do it
And then
again.
I'm yelling, and it's like, you're going to have a heart attack. We're sending the ambulance.
All right, back to starting your business.
Yeah.
What was the scariest financial moment when you started up? Well, actually, since you've been in business, what was the scariest part of it? You were in business during COVID, right?
Yeah, I was going to say
Butler.
that was, I don't know if I slept for months,
Well, you
to
were,
be honest.
you were in
they shut you
Allegheny
down,
County,
right?
so it wasn't as
Yeah,
bad.
I mean, we were
you were still in PA.
we were in a good spot as far as that was concerned. But we bought into the franchise in 2019.
Oh, yeah, sweet.
Good timing.
August, September of 2019. Found our location. I was working at PNC Bank at that time, and I had let them know that I was working towards this because I just didn't want to leave them, high and dry all of a sudden. So, and I told them, I said, once there's not a lot I can do right now for it. We're still construction. Things have to be done. I said, but once we sign our lease, then that's when I'll be ready to resign from here. So we signed our lease in January, February of 2020. And I'm saying literally 2 weeks after we signed our lease, the world,
2 weeks to flatten the curve.
the world shut down.
He resigned
Oh.
2 weeks before the.
Yeah, because if you would have just held out, you could have
Honestly,
stayed on.
I would have been paid that whole time. So we had planned out for, about 6 months of, me not working or having, whatever the case may be. That turned into, whatever, a year and a half. Because even then, now we were fortunate because the landlord couldn't start they were doing the build out for us on the property. So they couldn't start that. So we weren't responsible for rent.
Yeah, that's a big
until they
savings.
turned the spot over to us. So I didn't have to pay rent or anything. I had some franchise fees and stuff we had to pay, but not knowing what was going to come out on the other end of this, I've left my job. We've already
We did
paid.
it in my 401k.
We've paid our franchise fee. We've invested, good chunk of money already into this, and we're opening a group fitness gym where you're supposed to pack like,
As
30,
many
40,
people as you
50
can.
into a space as you can.
Definitely not 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
And so that was, stressful. I mean, we did okay when we opened up. We did better than I actually thought we would do in Butler, but that was stressful and probably the biggest financial.
Yeah.
And he ended up being
concern.
our kid's teacher. I was running a school during COVID from my guest room.
So I literally had nothing
He
to
was the
do
teacher.
for that whole
Did you
whole
golf
time.
a little bit?
I did.
Was your handicap
golf-
better during COVID?
It was amazing.
Yeah, because the hole, you weren't allowed to touch the pin. It was.
That helped.
Yeah,
that helped.
just banging off
I
that.
golfed a lot.
Yeah.
And speaking of that was probably the drinking part of it. Is our neighbors were off, so I'm
Everybody's hanging out.
trying to run a school, and they're bringing
Drink.
over margaritas from wherever.
Driveway
started
parties.
at 10 a.m. instead of.
Supposed to be open in the gym, and
So this is episode 118. We have not gotten through an episode with a business owner where we haven't talked about COVID.
Yeah.
It was our World War II.
Yeah.
It was, as a business owner,
yeah.
My family is also in the dry cleaning business, and they've been through recessions and downturns, and this one we were I don't even know if how we made it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was I always said on my birthday, whatever, I always had business, whatever I was doing. So on my birthday, whatever I made in revenue that day was my budget for my birthday meal and night out.
Oh, I like that.
So I was we would get after, when I bought the cleaners, the first year or two, we were getting after it for my birthday. I mean, we had some good meals, some good drinks, and good nights. But then the year of COVID hit. My birthday's March 23rd.
Birthday's March 24th.
Happy birthday. So when COVID hit in March,
Super great.
we took in one shirt. We got our revenue for the day was $3.23. And my family couldn't even have eaten at McDonald's next door to celebrate my birthday.
It was my 40th birthday.
Oh.
And I was like, I can't wait for this 40th celebration. And then it was like this virtual happy hour. I was like, so stupid.
Yeah, in that little area too, in COVID, El Pizziola, they were ones that I think decided to shut down. Like at the beginning.
They were shut down for a while.
And then
after
he didn't
COVID.
open forever. Like he
I've heard that.
like he didn't do takeout, he didn't play the games.
No.
Just shut down. And then you go right up the road, there's that nice little he was a guest on the show, so we can say his name, Kevin.
Yeah.
At Sip Tap Room. And he had literally just hung the sign, I think, in March and was getting ready to open and then shut down. So like that little area, like, because our house is like 5 minutes from there. And that, like B&Z Deli, like that was like our little, and it was like so weird.
Yeah.
But like it sucked. And I was fortunate because we were working on our house at the time. We didn't even live there yet. So I at least had a project to keep me busy.
Yeah.
And we still almost didn't get done in time. So I'm like wondering if COVID didn't hit,
How
I'd
would you
still
have
be
got that
working on
done?
that house living in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, any business that made it through that,
You feel like you can make through anything.
that you've
It's like a special.
How many businesses do we know though that started right at that or started because of it? Like when we had Sean on from Slice in New York, that's a COVID baby.
Yeah,
He started because he started making pizzas in his driveway during COVID because he was working from home and bored, and they were having driveway parties with the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And
he was selling pizza
He
boxes.
was selling boxes of pizza he was selling pizza boxes that just happened to have a pizza in them.
Yeah.
And one of his neighbors who owned a pizza shop was like, Sean, this pizza's legit. You need to open up a pizza shop. Like, this is ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Next thing you know, he opens up Slice in New York, and Dave Portnoy's reviewing his pizza and gives him an 8.1, and there's a line out the door.
8.2, bro.
8.2. And he's rated one of the best pizzas in the city, and like it's wild.
And it is healthy for you.
Yeah,
So
it's all
he said on our
sourdough, like in-house sourdough crust. Like he's like very particular about all his ingredients, and
Yeah, he said on the show that he has never asked anybody how his pizza tastes. He asks how they feel after they eat it.
yeah,
Really?
Because people that have like gluten issues,
yeah,
non-celiac,
yeah,
gluten issues.
non-celiac disease. But my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law both have gluten sensitivities and dairy sensitivities, and they can eat that pizza and they don't have any
I
problem.
didn't know that about. I knew.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's what's wild is the flour he uses is extremely high gluten, but it's clean. There's no bullshit. It's all made in-house. Like he makes his own sourdough starter. His son was a biology major at Pitt, so they
Figured it out.
They figured it out.
There's science behind
It's all
It's
house made, and the sauce is I'm
hungry.
It's all
My hard-boiled eggs aren't going to hold me over
everything
now,
they
bud.
did was like
I know,
purposely done the way they did it. The pizza's legit. It's
Yeah.
really good.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, but he like bought a pizza oven and put it in his garage. Like,
Yeah.
Really?
and that we saw a lot of that, like with the people that we've had on the show, that they've either doubled down on their little gig that they had.
Yeah.
But I think what it taught us is like, at least if you're in business for yourself, like you can't get laid off.
Yeah.
You can still hump. Like
Right.
a friend of ours has a lot of restaurants, and obviously he was struggling. He put a produce shop in front of one of his restaurants, was selling like vegetables. I sold, I had turned my dry cleaners on McKnight Road into a nursery because
Sunflowers.
PA shut the nurseries down for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So I opened up a nursery because I was allowed to be open because I was essential and sold flowers. And our thing was, if the governor wanted a circus, we were going to give him a goddamn circus.
Right.
I mean, it would have been a petting zoo next if they didn't get going. So
What advice would you give to somebody that is opening up a fitness business? Don't open one in Fox Chapel and compete with you.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
keep it off the Hearts Run corridor, bastards.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think for us what makes us different and probably successful is you do have to truly care about your members and the results that they're getting, and the product that we're giving them. I think as far as fitness is concerned, that's kind of I think differentiates us from others and works well, and why I think Burn does well, because we do care about people that come in and we want them to change their life, like you're doing, change their lives. Like when we hear stories like that, it makes some of those hard days like, okay, yeah, this is a reminder why, okay, we are actually making a difference here, making a difference here as well.
Making people healthy, extending their lives.
Right. They might see an extra birthday or two because of you guys. It might not, like some of your clients might not see it now.
Or 10.
Yeah, 10 years from now, there might be people that you're starting your thing that are alive because of you guys.
They might see their kids' graduation. They might,
walk their daughter down the aisle.
It's not just, here's a gym, go do what you want in there.
Yeah, I think if it's just like, to make money, that's probably not the right business.
At least for Burn.
Yeah, it's definitely caring about the people. And as you were saying, like the stories where somebody's like, I don't take any medications anymore. Like that's awesome. Like the payoff for sure. Yeah, I agree.
All right, I'm going to spin that question. Yeah. What advice would you give to somebody starting a business with their significant other?
Go ahead, Oliver.
That's the best advice you can get right there. You said it with saying nothing at all.
I don't want to sound cheesy, but I would spend every minute with him. He might not say that. So I think you have to really, you have to enjoy each other, right. I think, and like to be around one another.
Yeah, work can't be a release for you.
Right. But I think just defining those roles and talking about your space. Like, I still am not great at it, but just like when is it burn time? When is it not burn time? And even with our kids, I would like say the same. Our kids, their names are on our franchise. Like they're a part of, we've tried to make them just as much a part of the business. We want them to feel
they need
proud.
to understand it. Yeah.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
Yeah. So I say bring
kids?
them in. 15 and 13.
Yeah. If they don't understand it now, by the time it's time for them to understand it, they'll never understand it.
Right.
They'll open an ice cream shop and fail because they didn't get to experience this. Yeah. So you did a great justice. And my kids, they're 6 and 8 right now. So I bring them along with me more now because they're getting to get it. But we always said, my daughter, I told her, I said, what's the most important day in owning a business? And she'd say, you got to pay your people. Yeah. Because payday is the most important day. Yes. Because, the utility companies can call and say you owe us. But if you don't pay your people, you're sunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said that same thing when I started a business. Cause I worked for a car wash back in my college years. And there was days where
I can't pay, man.
People weren't getting paid. And I was like, when I did that, I was like, I thought about that. And I was like, number one priority is never let that happen. Yeah. Never let that happen.
Yeah. I got a drawer full of uncashed paychecks. And his office, we used to have to, before all the automation, we would drive over to pick up the paychecks.
Yeah.
And my daughter was 4 or 5 years old, and she knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
So that's the most important day. And, other than buying it and selling it, payday is the most important day.
Yeah.
All right. Morning workouts or evening workouts?
Oh, 100% morning. Get me in there early.
Yeah, she goes real early. I do the mid morning, 8:30, 9:30.
You like the morning though?
We're finally back in our routine now, where she will usually go to the gym at either the 5 a.m. or 6:30 camps, and then go to work. I get the kids up, get them.
Oh, so you guys started that early?
Oh yeah.
This might be a life changer, bro.
Well, we already joined Degree. We got Dan got
us in. Bro, not me. Sarah could go to the gym 5:30, 6
I thought you were going. I thought you were going to turn over a leaf.
It is the best feeling to work out early.
We can work out a great deal for you guys.
I watched this. So there's a guy that lives in my neighborhood where the dry cleaners is down in Cheswick, and he is training for long distance running for the Olympics.
Yeah.
He'll compete in the qualifiers. And I watch him run by, and I'm thinking, dude, all the energy you have and that you're burning right now, and I'm fucking shoveling snow. Come over here, buddy. Grab a shovel.
Bud. I need a hand.
And then you can go in and hang up a buggy of clothes and jog in place. And I'll let you press clothes, and you can jog here all day with an iron in your hand. But what are we doing here, pal? He runs a marathon every day. Yeah, it's insane.
That's a big misconception too, is that you have to work out for 3 hours every time. 45 minutes and then get your steps in throughout the day and eat, okay.
I think
distance runners they're a unique breed. Like when you run distance and you run distance, they're like.
I didn't even know that was a thing until I started listening to like David Goggins and stuff, and I'm like, this is insane.
Well, now those like ultra marathons and these other things are becoming more and more popular. Where like a marathon was like. Okay,
it's like drugs, dude.
Deal.
You start smoking pot, then you're doing cocaine. Next thing you know, you're doing heroin, and then you're doing mushrooms.
We've seen it.
It's a succession.
We've seen it. Yeah.
It's a gateway to like insanity.
It is.
Yeah. Their toenails are falling off, and their knees are all taped. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's good.
I worked construction like right out of high school and in the early years of college, and a friend of ours would go to the gym after like building a wall all day, and I'm like, how? Well, we were just in a gym all day, lifting block. It's a different mindset, you know? So I don't think that your regimen is that, like, you guys scale it. So if you want it to be that, it can be.
Yeah.
But if you want to just, like, be able to get off the toilet, you can go down and they'll set up a program for that, too.
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely preach functional fitness. Like, the idea is that you can shovel your driveway or you can get up and play with your grandkids, your kids.
Because you can't reset the clock at 75. If you don't start it now, by the time you're there, there's no going and joining a gym at 70 and then being able to run through the yard.
We have a couple. Believe it or not.
For real, they just get...
And for them, it's just to improve their, they're
mobility
not... They're not looking to...
It's crazy to see how fast your body can adapt and recover. I mean, in May of last year, I went and visited a friend that lives in Florida, and he told me that he started just doing push-ups every day. And he's like, just start doing push-ups every day. You'd be amazed. And I'm like, so I got back from Florida, and I'm like, I'm sitting on the couch in the morning because I always get up in the morning before everybody else. It's like my me time. And I'm like, So I got down, and I think I did like 6 push-ups. I'm like, oh my God. And then like the next day I did like 8. And then, but like within like a couple weeks, I'm doing 20. And then next thing you know, I'm doing 40. And now I can do 100 in a day. Yeah. And it's like, but it just happens. You just, all of a sudden, I'm like, holy shit, I can do push-ups now. Yeah. And I've said that to people and they're like, you can do what? And I'm like, yeah, no, like start doing them. Yeah. And you'd be amazed how quickly your body recovers and you can all of a sudden, you can do them. Now, this first couple weeks, you're like, oh my God, I didn't realize how many muscles you used to do on a push-up. But I mean, your body develops.
Yeah, like that was always like in our relationship, my wife would be like, I want to join a gym. Like, you get that itch. And I'm like, look, if you can wake up every day for a week and just walk around the block, then we'll join a gym. But if you don't have the mental wherewithal to wake up and walk around the block every day, that gym's that's just the idea in your head to think if I join a gym, I'm going to get healthier. Yeah. But I keep going back to this concept that you guys have is like, all right, well, I'm going to sign up for this. I'm going to meet Harry and Frank and Ted.
There's a social aspect.
And Sally's going to be there. And like, I'll bring Munchkin donuts or something, or we'll bring bagels in.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No Munchkin donuts.
Come on.
No Tootsie Rolls at the desk like other places.
You can't bring carbs to the gym, bud.
We've got really.
But if everybody ate a half of one, you could really get through a dozen with no problems.
We've got protein bars in there.
We have lots of supplements and.
So no 6-pack happy hours.
I mean, we did have our 1-year party and everybody indulged a little bit.
Was that at Pins? I saw that. Yeah, that was cool.
So, and we just celebrated our campers that went to 250 camps last year.
Okay. So,
we had 25 people or so that attended 250 camps during the year last year. Wow. So
if you're in 212 with like 50 days to go, now you're motivated. It's all these little things that motivate. Yeah.
They have a little award, like if they hit a certain number or streak on their app. Like
it's all the handicap system. That's why golf has a handicap.
Yeah. We celebrate at 50 camps, 100 camps, now 200, and then 250.
Wow. It's committed people, 250 days out of the year.
Yeah.
Neat concept.
Music during workouts, necessary or overrated?
Oh yeah, we're also known for that. We have playlists for every workout, and it's loud. You're definitely not hearing each other breathe.
It's almost weird now. Like sometimes it'll go out or something will happen, and we don't have music for a moment. You can hear other people and what they sound like. You don't want to hear that.
You're like, time out. We got to get the radio back on. Everybody.
But yeah,
everybody has their favorite
absolutely
playlist.
music.
Like something will come on and
People get
I'm
dancing
singing
in
and I'm
there
like, why
sometimes.
don't they know this? And then I'm like, oh, like 2 decades older than them. But
What's the best decision you made in business so far?
I mean, I'm pretty thrilled about Fox Chapel making that decision. But
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then I was thinking opening the second location.
Yeah.
And I think the big thing too is hiring Megan as our training manager full time.
Give her a shout out. She's going to watch this, you know.
Yeah.
Megan Burrows, she's amazing.
So what kind of person thrives at Burn Boot Camp?
Employee, member, or both? Any
Member.
I would say anybody that's willing to trust us to help them work towards their fitness goal and let us guide them on that fitness journey.
100%.
But they have to be willing to, we talked about consistency, they have to be willing to commit and give us the time to do it, because you can't come once a
You
week.
got to buy in.
You got to buy in.
Yeah.
Yep. We know that it'll work,
Right.
and we can work with that person. They have to make that commitment.
Mm-hmm. I 100% agree.
How do people find you, and how do people try a class, and where do people go?
So we are social media. We're trying to have a good presence on our social media. Our website, we're always promoting through there. We're working on community events, trying to get more involved in the community to find us through there. But how you try it is just let us know or sign up on our website.
What's the website?
It's a long one, but if you search Burn Boot Camp Fox Chapel, it'll be on there.
Yeah.
Because it has like locations in there and has some other
Because
things.
you have the backslash
Yes.
location.
Nate
yeah.
will put it on the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have it through Burn, but we always offer, when we're in a non-promotion time, we offer a 3-day trial for people to come in. That way you can come see what the gym is like with no commitment, just see what it's
Yeah.
like. Because we know once you come in and you see it, you have to experience it to really make a decision through there. Right now we are on our winter promotion, so we're running 4 weeks for $69. So you can extend that time
Okay,
frame.
so you don't pay per class. It's not like,
Right.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can come in that 4 weeks. It's unlimited. So we encourage people to come in as much as they can over a 4-week period. And in that 4 weeks, if you're coming, you will see and feel, a change in 4 weeks from there. Not going to change your life completely, but you'll say, okay, this is.
And then how's the membership set up? Is it like a tiered membership system, like based on the number of classes you take, or how does that typically work? Normal price?
Yep. So we have unlimited packages, which is 6, 12, or 18-month commitment. And you can come as many days a week that you would like. We encourage at least 4 days, 4 days a week. And as you commit to longer, the price gets better. We do have like camp packs where you can buy 5 or 8 at a time, which we do have some people utilize those as well. But mostly is the unlimited ones, because we want you to be in there.
Right, and you said earlier
days.
that you guys offer classes for as young as 13.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the same concept. They could sign your kid up for a package.
Yeah, and we have, we've special packages for we have student memberships, we have
Senior memberships.
Family add-ons.
So we encourage families to join. The first you get price breaks for additional family members, military, first responders, doctors, nurses, all receive special pricing too.
And one thing we didn't mention is, and it's kind of about that whole community feel, but we also have Child Watch team. So for most of our camps, we have Child Watch. So, and our moms and dads love that. They'll come rolling in with 3 or 4 kiddos.
$69.99 a month might just have to drop the kids off in 45
That's
minutes.
the trial. That's the trial. It does go up from there, but that's it.
Should have just dropped the kids off.
And then where'd Sarah go?
She went to the grocery store.
And we have like
Kids
Child
are
Watch
burned.
lead, and she designs like monthly activity. I mean, they love it. Most of the time the kids are like dragging the parents in. So that's definitely
I'm glad you said that, 'cause we didn't talk about that, and that is actually
That's
a huge selling
Absolutely.
point for the
'Cause
gym
that's
too.
Stumbling block.
Listen, just tell Sarah we got her on the 4 for $69. Come do it. she's covered for the.
We already signed her up for degrees. She's gonna be like, you just planned out my whole day.
Wait till Amber gets a load of this. She's gonna be like, well, once I'm at degree, I'll just go next door. She likes the classes. She likes the class aspect. She likes that instruction, and
we'll send special invites to them or whoever you want.
Dude, I'll just sit in the parking lot and drink beer. I don't care. Good.
Listen, he's gonna be in there beside Dan. You're both good.
They're gonna be like, "What's this workout you got set up for this kid where he's just 12-ounce curls the whole time?" Like he's working out. My fear is like has always been my fear of the gym is like if I go to the gym and I'm a little wore out and then I go to work and shit hits the fan. Now I'm like, fuck. But
so here's something with that, and is that it's a weird concept, but as you work out more, you actually tend to have more energy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
100%. You know, as opposed to less. So it's hard. Like we just worked out. It was really hard today. I'm not gonna lie.
4:30, but
and it was and it was tough through it, and even 10, 15 minutes afterwards, now I feel great. We've accomplished something, challenging
relatable
today.
in life. Like I moved my plant. It was a week long, 16-hour days. And it's like, how did I do that? Like you can sit here today and say, how do I do it? But when you're in the suck of it, you just get it done.
Yeah.
Like when you got to shovel the driveway, you're like, you just do it.
See, those are very different. That's 16 hours of moving shit is a whole lot different than a 45-minute workout.
I get that. But like what I'm saying is like in reality, the mind is the tool that you need to trigger. Like you can get through anything.
And that was it. Our trainer today was like, this is 45 minutes of your day today. You can't, like when we're on like our last minute, she's like, you can do anything for a minute. And it's just kind of that mindset.
Well, what is that mindset? The military mindset. It's like where your body is only actually using 10% all the time.
Yeah.
You have 90% more to give.
Right. Yeah.
And if you can tap into like 50% of your capability, you're fucking unstoppable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I brought up David Goggins. I mean, if you read some of the stuff that he's accomplished, like when he first started doing any of those long distance running, when I read in his book when he talked about the race that he had to do in order to even be able to sign up for his first ultra marathon. Yeah. What he put himself through, it's like we have no idea what the human body is actually capable of.
Yeah,
it's
100%.
insane.
Yeah, I mean, like when you're talking about certain sports and times and like football, and you're talking about a genetic capability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about fitness and what you're doing with individual people, you can push yourself a lot further than you've ever thought, I mean,
it's designed that way in there because when you're with other people, the music's going and you have a trainer yelling at you to keep like, when you're like, oh, I'm going to put this weight down, the trainer's like, nope, you got 5 more of those.
Right. You can do it every time.
You can do it. You just have to have someone encourage you to get those last 5
it's like
reps,
with your
and
kids.
That's where you make a difference.
Your kids are like, I don't want to get up. And you're like, the bus is here. Watch how fast they get ready.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's just a mindset.
Yeah. And our kids are athletes. And so part of us is like, we want them to see that just as much as they're working hard out there, like we're working hard too, like to take care of our bodies. And
that's something that's changed in the last 20 years is like kids are like trained athletes now.
Yes.
Like we were all just kind of thrown into a gym and like your genetics were your stable point, but now like they start like we did plyometrics and that was like out of this world kind of shit.
Yeah, I'm
now,
jumping
like,
on boxes.
Yeah, kids are like,
I have to jump on that?
Yeah. It's amazing.
We like put them in the hallway and we'd go the whole way down the hallway for like, but now it's like these trainers, these kids are like really honing in.
So I think that's the big motivation of trying to get healthy is like, I don't want my kids to go through that path, down that path. Like you got to set that example.
So everyone has a reason, their own, and it could be they want to get in shape. They want to be better for their kids. They want to be able to play with their grandkids at some point.
Yeah, we're going on vacation soon, and we go with my father-in-law and his wife. They have a place. So I'm the youngest one there by like 50 years. Now, if it was like a young Rum Springer kind of thing, I'd have to look good. But now I'm rolling there. I'll be the best looking dude in a Speedo I've seen in 2.5 years.
Christ. Who are you kidding? You'll be wearing a swim shirt.
Floaty. 2 cup holders. You find your motivation, right? Yeah. And I think and I've said that from the beginning of the interview, I think that what your place does is it allows people to go there and find another human that's going to motivate them.
Yeah.
You know, because it's easy to say, oh yeah, did you go to the gym today? Yeah, and I sat on my phone and I didn't even leave the locker room, right? Yeah. But you got people pushing you.
Yeah.
Push that mindset, and then once you feel better, right, now you're like, all right, well, I really pushed it yesterday. Let's see if I can do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, we hear it all the time. People are like, I really didn't want to come today, but I did. And we're like, proud of you. That's
once you get there, you're getting yelled at.
That's the hardest part sometimes is just like, okay, you're through the door now. You've done that. Now
I remember just in high school walking to football practice 2 days in the summer. I'd be like, there'd be a Pat bus coming, and I'd be like, I might just fucking let it hit me. Like that, because it couldn't be worse than what's about to happen right now.
The other is also like people who will say they've found like their best group of friends. They've, they're meeting their best friends at like whatever age, and just that I guess feeling of working out too.
Yeah. That's great.
Great, man. I like it.
That's awesome.
I can't believe that I've driven past it 100 times. I picked up pizza right next door.
I mean,
I'd love to get you in there. I'd love to get you in.
We're going to be next door at Degree, so we're going to probably end up joining.
Yeah. Just come in for a camp.
I'll come down.
We'll check it out.
I got tennis shoes, I think. I got into a little pickleball this year. Yeah. So I had to get sneakers.
Get a brand new pair of shoes and...
Let's do it.
I'm in.
Let's go.
What else are we signing up for? I got to take a cold plunge or whatever. We got to cryo. I'm doing cryo.
We can do the workout.
You might want to wait until they're open. That way you can come work out, and then you can go over and take your cold plunge afterwards. And let some.
Nate, you're gonna have to just film this, man. This might be what sends Between Two Bridges into the next.
We'll be viral.
We have
be like, look at these two assholes trying to do this workout.
Well, I started watching Stranger Things, right? I don't know if you've ever watched it.
He tried, but
it's weird as could be. But I'm like, man, I better get in shape if there's this whole underworld out there. I gotta fuck some things up.
Yeah.
Shotgun's not gonna cut it.
Yeah. We started, when it first came on, my wife and I watched like half an episode, and I don't do creepy stuff, especially when it's kids, right?
I don't either.
We watched like half an episode, and I'm like, yeah, I'm out. We turned it off. And then after New Year's Eve, whenever the finale came out, and everybody started talking about it again, my wife was like, we have to try this again. So we started again, and we like forced our way through like 4 episodes, and it got. We ended up fine. We ended up watching the whole thing. It was good.
Yeah, and then he tells me this. So now, like, I don't do sci-fi or anything. Like, I'm my favorite movie, and I'm not afraid to admit it, is a rom-com. Yeah. Like 50 First Dates, give it to me all day long. I just want to laugh.
Is that the Adam Sandler movie?
Yeah, I just want to laugh and enjoy it. I don't want to have to think too much. I don't want to have to like have a notebook next to the nightstand. Like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm like muscling through this, and I'm like, now I can't even see a spider without thinking the world's coming to a fucking end. I'm going to end up shooting an animal in the middle of the street for no reason.
Thinking it's a Demogorgon.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a Demogorgon. And here's the funniest part of it. So my daughter was 5 years old. She was a Demogorgon for Halloween because she wanted to be one. Me and my wife didn't even know.
You know what it
we
was.
had never watched it.
Did she know what it was?
No.
She just saw the costume?
Something and wanted to be it, so we let her be it. And now we're watching these things fucking kill people and ruin a whole town.
Like,
and she just rolled in Fairview Elementary School dressed like a Demogorgon walking in the parade. And now you know.
And you know the principal was like,
wow, she knows me now. She's probably like, it all checks out. It makes sense.
It makes sense.
Makes sense.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to turn on our TV, so I can't even.
Good for you.
I watch one show every couple months, like Law and Order SVU, like that's it. That's
I can't do that one.
And that's
I can't do that one.
It's twisted. But
that's my thing though, is like probably the other reason I don't go to gyms is because like if I get into something, it's like game on, dude.
Yeah.
Like I will power through 5 seasons in a weekend.
Yeah.
So like, if you like with golf is like that. I mean, before kids, you're like, I will go hit balls. I could go hit balls every morning and every night, every day, all day long. I could just hit golf.
Listen, you got to stop talking about golf because I already know that this is like.
Hey, well, here's a problem you might or may not know about. So SIP up the road from you is opening a golf simulator next door. Shout out Swing. We're gonna have them come back on and talk about it.
Oh yeah, we did hear because we said we should do a gym event there.
one of our
go
members
take
knows them, so she's like, "We're gonna get you guys
Come on
in
up.
touch." So
Come up Friday, book club. So
Kevin's great.
Kevin, he's a great dude.
So it is open.
Well, SIP's open.
Oh,
and
okay.
their screens are in, and they're
Okay.
shooting towards like March.
Okay.
So we know how that goes. If it's open for the Masters, that would be awesome.
my golf game took a hit last year.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't. We had so much going on. I had spent so much time at the gym.
Yeah,
last
I mean,
year
your
that I couldn't-
handicap, you have a kid, it goes up 5. You have another kid, it goes up 3. Then you buy a business, it goes up 5. And then the next thing you know, you're just like every other 14 handicap in the
when you
world.
get a wife, like see, that didn't even count in the thing.
No, I mean, it didn't. I mean, it helped me because, like, when I met Sarah, her dad liked to golf, so I got to
Same.
golf a little bit extra, so it didn't hurt my handicap.
Yeah.
And then now it's just like you wake up one day and you're 14, just like every other human in the world, and you're like, son of a bitch. Then you go with guys and they're like, you're really good, and I'm like, dude, you should have seen me 10 years ago, man.
Yeah.
I was really, really good. We're gonna get Jerry golfing.
I'll go shoot sporting clays. I'm good with that.
there you
Do
go.
that.
So,
Fun.
I don't know. You lost all this weight. You might be ready to go.
Maybe I could swing a golf club a lot better, probably.
Hell
Get
yeah.
around on it a little better.
But yeah, I look for. We'll come check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Check it out.
So,
And we
and
will. I
we'll
would
be
like,
big cheerleaders for you either
Send
way.
Sarah,
say-
what
Amber.
Amber.
I'll be
tell
a
them if they wanna
cheerleader for you
come.
guys either way.
So we'll have to
Okay.
get
So-
some. We probably just send them complimentary 4 weeks
we'll
just to
give
get
you
them in.
Yeah.
Just to
Oh,
get
we're
them in.
screwed.
Just to get them in the door.
Yeah, the old meniscus tear. It's really been bugging me lately. I don't know. So
For sure.
well, this was great. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Great.
appreciate
So-
you
But
guys.
thank you
Thanks
guys for
for
coming
having
out.
us.
yeah. And like I said, we're gonna be big advocates for you guys, and
Thank you.
I never know who's walking in the door in Aspinwall, so
Yeah.
we've been pushing Dan's place and
Yeah.
push you guys too. So
Same thing.
appreciate it. So
Thank
all right.
you.
Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Yep. Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Thank you for listening to Between Two Bridges, a business-to-business podcast. Find and follow us on your preferred podcast streaming platform. Like and subscribe, and leave us a rating and review. You can join us socially on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. You can email the show at info@betweentwobridgespodcast.com. Until next time, make it till you rake it.
I'm not doing that. That's too many words now. I got Jarrad, Cassie, Fox
Boot
Chapel,
camp,
Butler. I mean, like, how many words do you want me to say here?